If you can hear the screaming beagle in my garage, I apologize. Bronco. So as you can see, I have him connected to me good sit via a leash, right? And I've just got a belt connected around my waist. And he's gonna know I've got the other dog's food, right? Because he knows his food is up there as well. So I'm gonna lure him back here with my food. This is actually just a handful of his dinner. So I'm gonna lure him back here again. Notice I'm not gonna say anything to him. I'm just requesting the behavior. I'm speaking to you, not him. And that's okay. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that he's on me. When his feet hit the ground again, I'm going to fix this little foot. Good boy, he kind of fixed it himself there. Good boy. He decided to sit down instead of jump up on the counter. You like that? That's okay. He just wants to go sniff their kibble box. Here again, notice I'm standing between him and what he wants. I'm going to hand him a piece of his kibble. Yes, good boy. When he's sitting with all 4 feet on the ground. And just to make it a little bit more fun, good boy. So notice, no punishment. Right? No punishment for getting up on the counter. So, good boy, good sit. He decided that sitting was a better choice. Hey, y'all are being very distracting over there. They're playing with one of their toys. That's okay. He just wants to check out what's over there. I'm actually gonna... Bronco. Good boy. What I'm actually gonna do is put back these couple little pieces of his kibble that I've got in my hand. And I'm just going to get a couple pieces of my dog's kibble, because it's new and it's exciting, right? Good boy. Do you see how he backed up there? I like that. I'm going to give it one. I got a few too many for my hands, so I'm just going to kind of play with the food, you know, kind of see what he wants to do. Because there's nothing really stopping him from jumping all up over the counter. There's nothing stopping him from jumping all up over me. I have just established that whenever you do jump on me, where are you going? Whenever you do jump on me, you don't get anything. But when you all 4 feet are on the floor, you get stuff, and we like that. A lot like with children and a lot like with other people, if you can convince a dog that it was their idea to do or try something that you're asking them to do, they'll have a much easier time not only remembering it, but following through and doing it again in the future. Good boy. Because, do you not like that? What? You don't like this? Goofy. He's silly. And one of the biggest things you can always remember with working with dogs, don't ever take stuff too seriously, right? Because if you start getting serious, just like with horses, they're going to pick up on that and they're going to shut down. They're also going to get frustrated when you start to get frustrated, right? And again, the leash connecting him to me, he didn't go potty for me outside just a second ago, so just to make sure he is a puppy, he does seem to be very well housebroken. He is also very well crate trained. Kudos. Just to prevent any accidents, we don't want to start any new behaviors. I got 3 male dogs, 1 female. Yeah, just in the prevention. The biggest thing, especially with a dog and a more reactive breed, like heelers, we always... So I'm just going to put just that much pressure, just me putting my hand on top of the leash like that, got him to get his feet off of there. That's why he's on the leash. One of the biggest things we also have to remember as people and as pet parents, we have to remember that we have to set our dogs up for success. That's on us as the teacher. That's also why I shut that cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Set them up for success. So like right now, because even though he's on the counter, good boy. I'm just gonna pet you this time. Yeah, yeah, kelp powder on my fingers. Sorry, I entirely lost my train of thought, thinking about 4 different things all at the same time. It may or may not come back to me. Oh, we want to set our dogs up for success. So, if we know we have a counter surfer, right? Counter surfing is what we call a self-gratifying behavior. Self-gratifying behaviors like barking, digging, good boy. He offered a sit. I'm just gonna grab. That's one of your kibbles. Do you want it? Yeah, I thought you would. He was like, "What are you handing me?" But whenever we set him up for success, when we're working with self-gratifying behaviors, like jumping. Jumping's fun. Digging is fun. We're gonna ignore it, right? But when we're working with something like counter surfing, we have to make sure that when he gets up on the counter, there's nothing there for him to be looking at, right? So like right now, there is stuff for him to be looking at, and you seem to really like this joint supplement that I've got in my hand. Good sit. And I'm just gonna ignore it because I don't want him to think that jumping up and then sitting is the process here. You know what I'm saying? And I'd much rather him jump up on me like that than jump on the counter. Because there can sometimes be dangerous stuff on the counter, right? Knives, onions, grapes, tomatoes. What I want to do that you're stuck. Hi. This is also great for helping with leash walking. Someone likes to try to play with the leash. Totally fine. Very, very normal puppy behavior. I'm just going to step this leg between him and this cabinet. And I'm going to scoop my other leg in here. And this looks kind of ridiculous, and that's okay. This is what's called body blocking. I am using my body to block him from getting into this counter. Or, I'm sorry, this cabinet. I'm just seeing if he responds to different noise stimulus, right? And I'm watching him. I'm always keeping an eye on him. He's a puppy. Silence is always suspicious, right? So he's very clever. He's going to try to walk around behind that cabinet door to get around me. Good sit, Bronco. Good boy. And that's just when we verbally praise, right? We always want to make sure that we're acknowledging their efforts when you gonna knock us. There's a baby gate over there, and it's not affixed to the wall or anything, because I have a rule in the house. No dogs in the kitchen, right? Because it does prevent behaviors like counter surfing. It prevents them from getting into the sink, the dishwasher, and everything else. And potentially the trash can because it's under the sink. Good boy. But anytime we know we're going to be working with food, we want to go ahead and set him up for success. And ourselves, right? Because if I needed to, I don't have to have this attached to me. He can drag this around, and if he comes over to me, I can stand on it. Bronco. I'm going to put just a little bit, just a little bit of downward pressure, and I'll give you an example of that too. Make sure that doesn't fall. I'm just going to let that hang. I'm just going to put the ball of my foot on the leash. And I'm going to make sure if he's just standing here nicely that there's no tension on this leash. So like when he tries to walk away, there's tension on it because I would like you to be right here. Ball your foot. Don't let it get caught in between your toes. So now, him putting his feet up on the counter is prevented entirely by the fact that the leash is not long enough for him to get up here. I like letting him have the option to try, instead of just telling him, no, you absolutely can't do that. I want to see what you choose. Right? Good boy. Like right now, there's zero tension on that leash. He is entirely choosing to not be jumping. We like that. Because we like, just like with children, we like when they make good decisions by themselves, right? Good boy. He's been very patient. I will feed him now. Watch this. Yeah, and I'm just going to put my body between him and the counter.